that's why Michael Phelps is caloric intake is what it is, because while he trains,
you burn calories.
Cold pool.
Oh, he's in
no. So like whatever his training normally would be,
his internal furnace is turned on
because he's working out for 6 hours a day in a cold pool.
Internal Furnace sounds like a movie you would recommend.
Internal Furnace. What would that movie be?
Gary Busey's in it.
Like a Gary Busey erotic thriller.
Gary Busey's a firefighter.
Yeah,
he was sexiest man alive at one time, right?
That's true. Yeah.
He's people's.
And now he recommends butter sausage. What is it? Where is it? Have you seen that video? Have you never seen the Gary Busey butter sausage video?
Fake player. Butter sausage?
You're going to have to cut to this.
Let's talk about your Cable Ace Award.
Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face. What about buttered sausage?
That's not your jam. It's not your thing. You don't like it?
It's not my jam. I don't buy jam. I buy honey, and I kiss it on the lips.
If that's what fame does to people, I'm out.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's insane.
That's too much.
It's too much.
Welcome to the City Dads. It's Ryan Ballard, Corey Smith, and Brent Callahan. They're not experts, they're not analysts, and they're not sure why they're allowed to just put things on the internet. It's the City Dads. This week, the dads won't shut up about Friday Night Lights.
So you said last week that you were going to list your tickets. I wondered if you were going to keep them listed once there was news of a new manager.
I didn't know you were going. I would have lied. I'm not going to go.
He knew you would go if he told you he was going.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that was a secret he kept purposely.
Didn't matter. Couldn't have gone. Couldn't have gone.
That's
couldn't have gone.
I assumed you were telling the truth.
I thought that you didn't go, and then I was like, oh my gosh, we got our first win when Corey didn't go.
Yeah.
Like,
no. Real fan. I was there.
Okay.
Wouldn't have mattered. I couldn't have gone if you'd asked me, so no big deal. But you went, though. That's exciting. You got to see the win.
We have asked you several times now. We've invited you to several games.
Yeah.
That's true. Point to it. Point to the game. You're there. I got to take it with you anyway.
Yeah.
You think my son enjoys going to watch this? No.
With you.
With me, just
you and guy in front of you, just lamenting guy behind you.
Drool running out of my face.
Yeah.
Boiling over with rage.
It's a big week. There's a lot that happened.
Yeah.
We got a new coach.
Lots of soccer.
New manager.
To talk about.
What do you want to start with?
Okay. Dealer's choice. Feed me a...
We won. Let's start there. Let's start on the positive.
Yeah, big win. Oh, I do know what I want to start with.
Okay, never mind.
I want to start with Leuven.
Yes.
Holy shit. Because, he's been going through personal stuff, family stuff.
Yeah, you were talking about this year he was left off the list, and they never said why, right? They just...
No, I don't...
His wife was
diagnosed with cancer last year.
They did say why. Okay.
Last year.
Got it.
And then there was...
So the assumption is...
Yes, but I don't... No one's...
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers. No one's asked, I don't think. He hasn't been... For whatever reason, wasn't playing with the team for most of this year.
Yeah.
Played 90 minutes for City 2 last week. And then gets a start, gets the goal, the game winner, the PK, and oh my God, the place was rocking, loud as hell. I've watched the replay of that so many times. It's it means a lot. Do you want to talk about the whole game? We can do game chronologically backwards. So we started at the 96th minute.
Yeah.
Do it in reverse.
Okay, perfect.
The Olaf hiring, obviously not surprising.
I wouldn't say obviously not surprising. Plenty of people were surprised.
I guess. I don't know.
I was surprised if that helps, but I'm notably out of the loop.
Happy it happened, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We can safely say Olaf much better looking than he is a coach.
Sure. Yeah, clearly. Yeah.
I didn't realize everyone was so unhappy with his sideline attire.
As Twitter fire with really. When you lose.
When you lose.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. If he's winning.
Yeah.
Right.
The first couple of days, 2 draws and a win, fucking hot as hell.
Trendsetter.
Right.
Look at the Sandler Chic doing great.
So he goes right or wrong, I guess. I would say this, and then I don't have a ton to say about the Olaf era, but a lot of people are going to say that was dumb. That was that's you never really gave him a chance, and I think there's some There's a lot of merit to that. You never. I don't. How many games did he get with Leuven? How many games did he get with Tottenham?
It kind of reminds me of season 2 of Friday Night Lights.
Oh God, this again.
I've never gotten that far.
Coach Taylor. So let me fill you in. He leaves, takes a college job. Right.
Hey everyone, the dads were really determined to talk about the 2006 TV series Friday Night Lights. I'm going to save everyone some pain and just fast forward each time that happens today. You're welcome.
They bring in a new coach for high school for Tim Riggins, now in his junior year. Right, because he was a sophomore last year. Right, correct. Young age of 36. Correct.
Couple games into the season, new coach Coach Taylor gets to come back. Never really got a fair shot. But we're now back to the old style of play, which Carnell got fired for.
Right.
Which that's all I'm like, well, wait.
Who now coaches
the top
Philadelphia Union sitting atop. So.
Yes. But we're going back to the style of play that he got fired for.
Do you think it's Ryan's ultimate goal just to turn this into a Friday Night Lights podcast?
Do you know, I'm so glad you brought this back up.
Yeah, I brought it up. I didn't bring up
You
shit.
brought it back up. We had moved past it. You went Friday. We went back to soccer. We're doing the ping pong. Now you're angry. Now we're playing doubles. Fine. Because I do have some thoughts.
Great.
You know what I'm spiraling about?
That's
Your entire monologue, I think, was about soccer. But I was just waiting for you to stop talking so I could tell you.
About how messed up it is that Tim Riggins, doesn't he have like some illicit affair with a married, like a neighbor? Yeah, neighbor. Who's clearly, so he's a sophomore then. He may be a junior. No, he's definitely a junior senior when he's getting it. Oh, okay, so that's right. And it's also, when you say getting it, you mean being sexually assaulted. Right. He's a junior in high school. Okay. Tim Riggins throws some dick around. He wasn't assaulted. So we are taking the strong approach that he was 30 then. Because otherwise he's got to be otherwise. All right, yeah.
So yeah, no real plot holes to speak of. You're going to have a 2-hour thing to edit again.
It doesn't matter. I'm cutting all of this out.
All of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be easy.
Sorry, go ahead. What are you talking about?
I have no idea. Zero. Who could
Back to
possibly
soccer.
know what we were talking
We got
about?
Leuven back, and that was exciting to see.
We were talking about whether Olaf got a
fair shot.
fair shake or not. Which, he probably didn't. But here's the flip side to that is, and why I wasn't surprised and why I think he actually did get fired is what we talked about last week, where and even every single metric shows regression by any standard you look at. We're a worse team now than we were 15 weeks ago, and that is not injuries. It can't be 100% injuries. You've shown zero ability to the rigidity or the I don't know. I don't know what it was. You didn't try anything new.
You didn't try anything new. And I love Josh Yarrow. Love Kyle Hebert. I'm on that on record. But man, it was great to not see them on the pitch for a game. Just for a game, they had played so many minutes.
That's exactly what.
Like going like what? Anything different? Can we? The fact it took this long in a coaching change for Zielinski to get a start is why he had to go. He clearly wasn't going to put players in the right position to have any shot of success. In my dumb opinion, my C+ opinion.
I think that's fair, and I think that's what ownership, administration, or who I don't know who makes that call, but whoever went, look, you're just not. You've given me no assurance to think that even when these players are healthy, this is going to be any different.
Yeah,
and we gotta pull the plug now because we promised playoffs.
When we conceded the goal, and you brought up, I think last week that we're just a sieve in the last 15 minutes.
I was going to talk about that.
Yeah,
let's talk about it now.
That's Ryan's point. Now he's got to talk about it.
He's gonna pivot to Friday Night Lights
That's what
somehow. You keep
You
going.
got us here. Yeah. No, so that like
leaking like the sieve that Lance killed that dude. I don't know. That's the only reference to Civ I could get to from Friday Night Lights. You brought in. There's a murder.
I don't care.
He's been stopped in a rape. Yeah, justifiable. His dad's account. His dad helps burn evidence and never comes back. Right. No, of course. Yeah. What season is that? 2 or 3. Right. Yeah. Somewhere there.
None of that's making it in either. Tell me about the last 15 minutes.
We're really bad. We're so bad.
Okay.
So I go. So yeah. Like here's the thing. We got 3 points, and everybody feels really good about it. I don't think we played any notably better. That's not fair to say. We did play notably better. I don't think we should have won that game. We got that first goal is a gift. I don't know. That goalie is higher than Ryan, and your Achilles heel. I don't know. But the period where you're the most susceptible. Again, you give up a goal, and this time, I thought that was 3 points slipped through. So
I
don't know that anything's been fixed, but hell, they switched formations Wednesday. So let's give them let's take the win.
Yeah.
Let's go. They're only going to get better.
I think it was the 51st minute. Pompeu got us a corner, and it was all because Leuven just put the ball, and I was just laughing and thinking about Kyle Hebert just kicking it out of bounds. Just going that would have been 2 weeks ago. There would have been a center back there just going,
yeah, exactly.
And so it was like, cool, this was neat.
What I really think Olaf struggled with was you got all that defense trying to get it to your few offense, and you just didn't have people in the middle that were. Alfredo Morales is not a progressive player. We talked about it in dynamics of guys who want the ball versus guys who don't want the ball, and there are just too many guys who didn't want the ball. Thomas Ostrak wants the ball, and when he gets the ball, he's looking for outlet. He's looking to be progressive. That guy gets it. He's trying to turn and go upfield, go forward. And if he can't find it, he can dribble. Mm-hmm. I bet he's probably been maybe Celio. I think those two are the only dribblers we got. They're out there, and Ostrak isn't necessarily taking people on, but he's going from defense to forward. He will dribble it there. And the guy's getting in and out of tight spaces. Having that progressive dribbler and his work rate, I think he's a box-to-box midfielder. He's probably only going to go 60 to 70 minutes because he's going to run himself ragged. That is so complementary to Leuven, who wants to be the progressive passer and sit in the back just right above the defenders with all the space and just make it rain. Jean de Silva makes a triumphant return to the wide. Played all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After not playing defense for a little while.
Toykert got hurt.
Yeah.
I hate saying Toykert. I know you said that's what he said.
That's not what I said. I will call him Toyshirt forever. That's what I've heard.
I thought somebody said that. I thought somebody said that he said that he wanted to be Toykert.
The broadcast 3 weeks ago said Toykert said he is Toykert. But you call him whatever you want. He's not listening.
He didn't score, so I don't care.
Yeah.
It was good. 3 points. Krejci? Why did I say his last name? Krejci?
Yeah.
He's definitely. You get 3 points.
I was going to say Critchley, but I was terrified because I don't know anything. I can't possibly be right. He looks like a Nissan Sentra. After coming away from Olaf was so beautiful, and he just looks like a dude.
Yeah, but he gets 3 points, so
yeah, so immediately a little sexier.
Bump, 3-point bump.
Yeah. Is that enough soccer talk?
Also, the British accent does it for me. Oi, governor.
And now for something completely different.
So here's the game I'm gonna play. All right, you and I are gonna play first, and we'll go to Corey later. It's called Random Question Generator. Just of all the questions in the world that you could ask, you're just gonna put it in there and see what question comes up. The question this week is, Ryan, how many times have you seen the '90s sensation Hanson in concert?
0.
But
here's the thing. Stop. Before I say that, though, if I got the opportunity to, I want to see Penny and Me performed live.
I would go. Yeah.
Penny and Me is their best song. I know people are going to say Mbop. Penny and Me is the best one.
So I'll take the turn as well. 90s sensation Hanson. I've never seen them in concert before. But in the spirit of the game, let's move all the way through the panel. Corey, random question generator. How many times have you seen Hanson in concert? You can just say 0 and we can keep it moving. I assume that's your answer.
You don't want me to lie,
though. How many times have you seen him, Corey?
I think I've seen him twice. But here's the thing. That might be the under.
Okay.
I've seen him at least twice. And I traveled to see him once. Here's the thing. You know Mbop.
I do.
You know them as whatever,
10,
12, and 14. They still make music. They're grown-ass men with, they each have 12 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a little weird.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Judgmental?
Yeah, they are.
12. If you have 12 kids.
We're sitting in
12 kids is too many kids.
Basement right now talking to nobody for the internet.
Would you hang out with somebody who had 12 kids? I'll be honest.
No,
you'd be afraid they're going to try and give you one.
Yeah.
You touched it last. It's yours now.
Thanks for tuning into this week's segment of Random Question Generator with Corey Smith. I appreciate that.
So is that the band you could say you've seen too many? Oh man, if anybody found out I saw this band more than once,
seen too many times is Senses Fail.
Okay.
who I have seen one time.
I've seen one time.
Warped Tour.
One time.
Oh my!
Couldn't get through the set.
Yes, that was.
I don't think I know the reference. I don't think I know.
Oh
the
man,
band.
it's an emo band.
Kid?
No, I missed
He's
it.
also emo. Wasn't his? The Cure would have been more like
a little too old.
Yeah.
A little too old to be emo. Okay.
Well, I was.
This is a disappointment.
Sir, and one of those bands was named Census Fail.
Were you just shouting "Play the hits"? What was the drawback?
Here's the thing.
They had good songs. They had good songs.
He doesn't have music or movies. Like it's not. They did.
What was the one? There was like one about a murder they had that I liked.
Are you thinking of Public Enemy?
No, it's
No. Yeah,
You know, he knows I'm right.
it was a hit.
Yeah.
Like in the emo kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
It was not a good song.
Okay.
Buried Alive.
there it is.
Buried Alive. Drop it in.
Yeah.
We can fair use.
Stop giving me production notes.
Rest in peace, girl. Your death is such a shame. The paper said I fully got in your way, but I smelled foul play, possible poisoning. I had to bring you in for questioning.
Terrible. Worst
Emo
thing I've
doesn't
ever
age
seen in my
well.
life.
Emo
I
didn't-
didn't like the band when I saw them. I don't know why. Like in Warped Tour, you would just be like, there's 20 stages. It's 400 bands. You've not heard of most of them. You just end up watching.
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, Census Fail. Never seen them before. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, so bad.
I saw him at Pops before opening for Taking Back Sunday, and he was literally like in between like every song, so he couldn't make it through. And maybe he had asthma,
Doing is
but he just looked so out of shape. You're like, what are you?
He's a recovering addict.
Yeah.
And had a great life.
I've seen Breaking Benjamin probably 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah, mainly Point Fest. They were like at every Point Fest. It was just like, hey,
You
Breaking.
didn't have to keep going.
Somebody was going. There's an extra seat in the
All
car. I'm gonna go.
That's my crime too, because I've seen Ozzy Osbourne in concert more times than a person of my age has any right to.
Well,
I mean, you were alive for him to eat the bat.
I was probably alive. I don't know that, but they would do Ozfest in Kansas City, and they would do Rockfest. The local rock station would do Rockfest, and Ozzy or Black Sabbath, depending on who he was touring with at the time, would play both of those concerts, and we would end up at both of them.
You went to Ozfest?
Yeah,
we had a name for you at Collins last week.
go on.
Dragon Hoodie.
Excuse me.
Dragon Hoodie.
A dragon hoodie? You can think about it.
Okay.
It's not. I mean, yeah,
It's not really. It's pretty on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Dragon hoodie. If you saw dragon hoodies, would hang out in the basement of TP. If you're curious about it.
A call back to episode
Yeah.
4.
If you're wondering where dragon hoodies got in at, they're down.
Okay.
Little hacky sack. They play some hacky. Get
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Talking, speaking of children's nightclubs, you saw a sign warning people of children playing in the street.
Deaf,
Yeah, I've
deaf,
seen
deaf, deaf
those.
children,
Yeah,
deaf child.
deaf
yeah.
child at play. Yeah.
There's certain ailments. I'm not sure how to get out of this.
Differences?
Yes, I don't know. You got
Blind, deaf.
you warn them.
Yeah.
Warn people.
Yeah.
The extra. I didn't think autism was that, but I passed a sign that's.
I think you're supposed to donate trains.
autistic child.
Yeah, you're supposed to put some trains by that sign. If you drive by, here's an SS-48
Yeah.
steam
What
engine.
do I do?
Yeah.
You leave out a plate of chicken tenders,
You're saying if you saw a sign that said
peanut butter, the crust cup.
blind child at play, you would know how to
Yeah.
take.
Do I have to drive extra careful because there's an autistic kid around?
Yeah,
What is they? Are they more prone to run into traffic?
maybe not the horn so much. I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe turn your music down.
Yeah.
It's a little too much
that could,
sensory.
Yeah.
What was the shitty band you were listening to earlier?
Yeah.
Less of that. It sets them off. I gotta be honest. If the behavior they're encouraging is for you to slow down and turn down your music, I might just get one of the signs for myself and put it in my neighborhood because that sounds ideal.
God, I can hear Bop 3 blocks away. Jesus.
It's just a yellow triangle with a black fish getting shook.
Get off my lawn.
Did you guys not ride the short bus ever as a kid? Not once?
No.
You never, not one time ever went on
No.
a
You know,
short
there
bus?
was a kid in my class that rode the short bus. That
Yeah.
was not. He had to ride a short bus. He had to ride the handicap short bus.
Yeah.
Because he lived out.
Yes, that was the only bus that was.
Yes, literally the bus heading his direction.
I had to ride it for other reasons, but
Right.
yeah,
We know.
You got to ride it.
I got to ride it. It was awesome. It was great. It's a good
They
time.
gave you helmets at the front.
No helmets. It was. I mean, I had speech therapy is what I had to ride it for, but
Oh,
yeah,
really?
Mhm.
So you did have to.
I really did.
Now I feel sad.
I got picked up from
Right, we were
my.
doing a
Turned a
bit.
corner.
I got
right?
picked up from my religious grade school because they didn't have any services
right.
like that, and I got taken to the public school, and then they prayed for me while I was gone because I was in the public school. And I think that's why they thought I could start speaking. I was like, well, all those prayers finally paid off.
Yeah. Check that.
Therapy also helped, but
Yeah.
but yeah.
T's and P's.
So having an older brother and riding the short bus, pretty fun. It's you don't hear about it at all.
Yeah.
The
The hilarious part is that you've somehow still convinced yourself after all of these obvious signals that you're not special needs.
oh no,
And I'm struggling now because I'm just realizing it's the Arrested Development thing.
I've never seen it.
Uh,
I'm sorry. I'm going to be no
none
help
of
here.
it?
you've never seen Arrested Development?
Oh,
Yeah.
Brent,
I missed it.
clear your
Yeah,
calendar.
it's still out there. You don't.
They
It's
might
not
make a
gone.
new season,
But
next year.
I'm worried. So here's
It's
something
been
else.
oversold for you.
Yeah, here's another one that I missed. I missed Step Brothers. I know all the references. If you
Yeah.
make the jokes, I'll get them. I tried to watch it 3 months ago. Too late.
Oh, it's been too quoted.
Um,
It's too late.
yeah,
No,
but Arrested Development shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
It's.
I love
it's
Jason Bateman.
Callback Central. You'll
Yeah.
love it.
It's
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, you're in Fucktown. That's a call. That's one of the references, right? No.
In Arrested Development.
Yeah.
You're in Fucktown.
Yeah, it's not. You're in
I don't
Fuck
know.
City.
Job was recently hired by the Bluth Company's rival, Sitwell Enterprises. And although he started off well,
52% of the country is single. That's a market that's been dominated by apartment rentals. Let's take some of that market. I call it Single City.
his ideas failed to evolve.
It's like, hey, you want to go down to the whirlpool? Yeah, I don't have a husband. I call it Swing City. Let's get into some new areas if you don't mind.
But Job continued to fine-tune his first one.
How do we filter out the teasers? We don't let them in. This goes for the guys too, because sometimes the guys are tapped out. But check your lease, man, because you're living in City. You're fired.
If it's not, I'm gonna cut that out.
I don't know. I don't think it's a quotable show. I'm sure it is. I guess I don't.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't. How much?
Jessica Walters is my favorite part.
How much could they possibly cost Michael? $5.
Yeah, Jessica Walters is great.
It's one banana.
There's
I blew myself.
that's yeah.
To buy a few things.
Yeah, see, I get the references, but yeah, that's
I do
why-
think it's overhyped a little bit. I think Arrested Development gets a little overhyped. People who really love it really go, and I think it's good. I think it's really good.
It's really good. It's like C-. It's no Friday Night Lights. Get the fuck out of here. Gosh.
Yeah, yeah.
Unreal. I am so mad.
Okay, have you watched Friday Night Lights?
So mad.
No.
Okay,
no.
I need you to watch Arrested Development and Friday Night Lights. I need you to just pick one season of each.
This is where I play the elitist card, and I've been like, I've read the book.
No. I need fuck the book. I
Yeah,
want this
right.
is
There's
the
an Arrested Development book?
It's awful that that's going to be the funniest thing we do today.
I just
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Can we talk about more soccer?
We can talk about more soccer.
We got another game
Who
this
they
week,
play
right?
next?
I don't know, and I can't look it up.
It's
It's on my phone.
I'll get there. Portland.
I forgot to do the homework.
It's Portland.
in
Sounders.
Portland?
Nope.
God damn it.
Timbers.
Real team.
Portland Timbers.
Portland Timbers. Maybe.
Who are the Sounders?
Seattle. Right above.
Seattle Sounders.
Okay, there is a Sounders. All right.
There is.
Western Conference.
Western Conference. No, Seattle actually plays in the East.
No.
No, they don't.
we
We don't even have an East.
6 p.m. start at Portland. So man, that's
At
starting
Portland.
4 Portland time. Dang.
All right.
June 8th.
Portland is mid, boring. I'm not. They had Evander, who is amazing. They sold him to Cincinnati. I don't think they did a whole lot to replace him. They're
Looking at the table, we're not crazy out of ninth place. Like 4 points.
I didn't look, but
Just
that
behind-
sounds wrong.
Just behind Kansas City.
Ninth place, Dallas, sitting at 18 points.
Did you guys see what?
And we are at 14 points.
14 points. 4 points off.
We're only 4 points off. So I was fucking right.
How many games have we played? Who's got game in hand? What's the deal?
Dallas has played 16 games. We have played 16 games.
It's 16 games. Goodness. How many teams are between us and Dallas?
Kansas City, there are a couple.
All of them.
All of them.
Basically everybody. Right. So, I mean, yeah, great. 4
Kansas
points
City and Real Salt Lake.
They talked to San Jose's, the broadcast team was saying they would talk to San Jose's coach. And
Bruce Arena.
Yeah. Sounds like fake coach.
Do you know?
Real player.
I
real
know
coach.
we stopped doing the looks like, but I actually, this is from Nathan between Litchfield and Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Said that long time ago. Bruce Arena used to coach the national team. And he said Bruce Arena looks like a guy that has an odor. I always thought that was really funny.
He does.
And
Yeah.
pretty true.
He looks pungent.
Yeah. There's no way he can have an odor. That guy he's been around forever.
Okay.
No one would let him get away with it.
Musty,
but just
probably.
looks like it.
A little bit like cheese.
Yeah.
They ask him, what are you expecting? He's like, how could I know?
Yes,
New coach.
Right.
And I wondered how long that sits with us. So we're going to go into Portland. Do you have any expectations of, yeah, man, I think we're going to be better. I think we're going to, who knows?
There's this. We have to be better. You switched formations Wednesday. You had 3 days of training to figure out a 4-back system, which I'm not figuring out. These are professional athletes. They played soccer for their entire lives. They know what to do.
Have you heard the talking point all week of like they let Olaf run training the morning of,
and do the press, do the media, he did media day.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, that's mean.
So hold on, I need clarification. Like he did media day and they clipped him after?
They clipped him after he ran a morning training and all that.
And then talk to the press.
Get your money's worth is what the club was doing.
So this is my...
Everything that guy said is bullshit.
It was great to get 3 points. I still think the question, like, if we don't make the playoffs and this team still sucks, we gotta, like, at the end of the season, I still want changes all around, right? Like, this is...
You're saying if you miss the playoffs, you don't let Lutz hire the next coach. You don't...
Yes.
Maybe you don't let Diego hire the next...
Right.
Sporting director.
Right.
Caroline Kindle Betts.
Let's make some changes here because all the evidence is pointing to, and that's even like my point earlier in the show, going like I was so irritated here, like we're going back to our original identity. Well, you fired that guy, and he's now at the top of the table for another team, and now here we are, this far into the season, letting another guy go. Like that is so infuriating. And then to hear all the like this and that, and you're like, all right, like cool, 3 points. I'm happy. I was so happy on Saturday.
It's great. I love it. And I think we've been very, very unlucky. Is all the advanced statistics I think would suggest that we have been an unlucky team. Fine. I would argue we've put ourselves in the most unlucky position, right? Like, yeah, we've talked about it ad nauseum. Like, unlucky shit happens when the ball ends at Kyle Hebert's feet. So maybe just take that out of the equation or put it somewhere. Anyway, so there's going to be regression back to that mean, right? I don't think anything got fixed in 3 days.
Right.
Put players where they know, like you put players back and said muscle memory. Because that's all you can do with 3 days as a head coach. Like, hey, Joey Zielinski, you've played right back your whole life. You know what you're doing. Go do that some more.
What do you like playing? Go play that position.
Yeah, right. Goalies? Do we got any goalies? No, we're good. All right. Genuinely though, like they're talented enough. This is what I was gonna say. Taylor Twellman, I think maybe right after Olaf was fired, was quoted. They had big long quotes for St. Louis media saying this team is not good enough. Like, they're not deep enough. The starters are not. He's basically saying, like, you're going to be scratching and clawing for 8th or 9th place. And if you think they're anything more than that, you're delusional. And I disagree wholeheartedly. He said, if you think this is a 4th place team, you're insane. I absolutely think that's a 4th place team. At least that team did it last year. You saw it at the last, 6, 7, 8 games these guys had together. If you put them in their system and they're in form and they're healthy, they're going to score, they're going to win games. You had problems with the defense last year, and you went out and got some players. You got some pieces to fix that. You're not relying on Joakim Nielsen to play basically ever again. You got Henry Kessler. You got these other guys. Just put them in their spots.
Put them in the right spots.
They've been successful their entire life and career. Let them do their thing. As a new coach, he's going to tweak it out. He's going to figure out what works. But those guys can win games.
It's exciting to think about Kessler and Baumgartel starting together. Right? Like, I think that's good. Like, it's like, oh, cool. Those two playing 90 minutes. I mean,
there's a lot of center backs.
Right.
There's a lot of center backs.
Yeah, all of them have played quite a bit if they've been healthy. If they've been healthy, they're seeing the pitch. Yeah.
But I'm infinitely, like, I'm excited about Jay Reed getting minutes and playing and being. You didn't ask him to carry too much. He was great. Played a very good game. Zelensky does the same thing. They don't have to win. Just do your thing. Let the kids go. Leuven's going to win you the game, right? Betcher running on to dumb shit is going to win you the game. The team will figure that out. But the coach now needs to focus on why we're letting goals in the 70th minute just at will.
Critchley, before the game, after the game, the quotes he said about, like, hey, look, we want to play with pace. We want to play the high press. Mm-hmm. We haven't been good, so we at least need to be exciting for the fans.
Yes.
I thought that was the best quote of it, going like, hey, if we're going to be bad, at least we have to be fun.
Yeah.
Like, we have to play an exciting style. And I'm like, yeah, thank you. Like, make it, because I want to, your point, your question of like, oh, what was the vibe before the game, new coach? That stadium's so fun. It's such Energizer. They've done such a good job of Energizer Park. I think that's what was so frustrating about what was going on was like, I don't want to lose that experience. I love going to that game. Yeah. I love taking my kid there. I love I love when the kids aren't there and we're just having a good time and doing stupid shit. It's fun. It's a fun time. So hopefully that continues. We'll see.
I love continuing to tell you guys I can't make it, but please keep inviting me. That's great.
Yeah. The day you say yes, should I have to buy another ticket?
It's also weird, like, you are the host of a St. Louis City SC podcast.
Yeah, you'd think you'd be able to make one.
It's not really my...
Never seen the podcast, but it sounds great.
I've seen as many games as you've listened to the podcast. Oh, what a team we are. Can we be done?
Yeah.
I have no
cool.
idea.
Love you guys.
Cheers.
That's it for this episode of the City Dads. You've been hanging out with Ryan Ballard, Corey Smith, and Brent Callahan. 3 guys who still can't believe this counts as content. Remember, they're not experts, they're not analysts, and frankly, they're still figuring out how microphones work. If for some reason you enjoyed this, like and subscribe to the show. The dads need the validation. They're the City Dads. They're sorry. And they'll try to do better next time.
It's going to be a short episode.
Bet not.
It's going to be a long edit. It's going to be a short episode.